come along as we camp out above LA. We've made it to Henninger Flats. You can see the trail behind me down there. There's some backpackers coming up. But way out over there, you've got downtown LA, Catalina, Palos Verdes. You can even see Saddleback way out in the distance as well. But we're going to be in for a treat tonight because we're going to be having a nice sunset here. Nice views of the ocean as well. The camp is right behind me back here. And let me show you some of the camp that we're at here. We're at Site 1, which has some of the best views here. Let me show you camp here. Got Matt's duplex here. Looks nice and roomy inside with a X-Lite, hammock gear quilt. Got the guys here at camp. Show you my tent quick. Got my Haven tarp with the net shelter inside. Got a little old school on this one. Have my big Agnes axle pad. Then my sleeping bag. I'm not doing the quilt this time. I brought out my Go Light Z30 sleeping bag. Haven't used that in quite a while, so I'll be taking that out. But once again, 6 Wind Designs, Haven tarp, and doing really well in the wind. It's a little windy here, but holding up nicely. And same for their duplexes. Here's Hector's duplex. It's got that spruce green. Yeah. He's got his Cedar Ridge quilt in there, his Ohm bag, and then all season sleeping pad there. And here's a little view of the lower camp. Got some people camped there. Right over here, just a couple campers. And they have wood for you here, which we went and picked up some wood, as you can see. And they have these stove boxes you got to use to put your fire in. So Hector made some kindling there, and we're gonna have a nice little fire in here. Here's the pack I was using before I go out and show you the view. I've got my 6 Wind Designs minimalist pack. Brought out the chair, which I really don't need because we got a bench here. We've got some stumps there to sit at, and then over here, this is pretty neat. So we've got a killer view where we're at. You got these benches right here that were done in the Eagle Scout project. Let's see, right here, a couple of them. Are really nice. And if I sit down over here, sit down one, look at this view I get. I can see, as I was showing you before, downtown LA, Palos Verdes, Catalina, got Pasadena right below us, Chino Hills out there. Earlier we saw fires we were coming up that was probably made towards the Long Beach area. Surprised we could see that far, but really could. Pretty nice. So we'll have a nice sunset here. Check that out, and we're gonna eat some good food. I made some pulled pork tacos that I'm gonna have tonight, and the other guys got some good food as well. And one other thing is there is no water here, no drinking water at all at this camp, so you have to bring your own water. There's a vending machine which you can get sodas for. You need 4 quarters for that though. But otherwise, nice camp. Without the water, it's still worth it. We're just hanging out. We're gonna have a good time, have some coffee maybe, and then cook dinner up here before too long. It's only 4:17. Wind is picked up, but it's supposed to die by the end of the night, so it should be good. Here at Henninger Flats, you've got the Castro Peak Fire Lookout Tower. It was at this location, the Santa Monica Mountains, from 1925 to 1971. They relocated it here. Can't go up there. They've got caution tape right there, so you can't get up, but they've got Osborne Firefinder in there and a couple other little things. It'd be neat to go up there and check it out, but this one is a small fire lookout tower, nothing like Black Mountain that I work at. And right in front of these two is the museum they have here, and then this tree right here is a giant sequoia tree. Look at that thing, it's pretty big. It's Sort of surprised to see that here. Let's go inside the museum and check it out, huh? Got a sign there. Talks about Henninger Flats. It says this area was originally homesteaded by John Henninger in 1886. From 1902 to 1907, the United States Forest Service maintained on the flats an experimental nursery, which we're going to check out in a few, in charge of Arthur Lukens. The result of these experiments, as shown by the various species of coniferous trees now growing here. Oh man, this is all messed up with periods where they shouldn't be. Probably supposed to be commas, but pretty neat. This area was homesteaded back in 1886. Let's see here. Anything else on there? Nope. Let's see here. You got some pronghorns. Yeah, you don't see that here. Forestry Lookout Tower. This is neat. The neat stuff in here. The old lanterns. Old drag saw down there. You got the raccoon that's looking for some heat, and the old stove right there. Some old coffee cans. Yeah. He's just trying to stay warm. See what we got over here. Wow. Look at all these insulators. We have some of those up in Black Mountain Lookout Tower on our stools, so when lightning storms come through, we step on the stools and we're good to go. We got a case here with the minerals of Southern California. Some pyrite in there. All sorts of different minerals. Here's some old pictures of the Mount Low Railway. Pretty neat. Got some old bottles up here, maybe from the camp itself. Some beer, ale, and wine bottles. Pretty neat. This right here is an old rare Japanese bottle. It says so right there on the sign. But they found it along the old Mount Low toll road, and you can see here is a picture of some of the old Japanese workers that were using to widen the road. That's funny that it was found up here still. You have a good map here of the Mount Low toll road. You got Henninger Flats right down there, and then how it goes up past here to Idle Hour Trail Camp, or the Idle Hour Trail down to the campground, then pops back up towards the Mount Low campground, which is way over there. The toll road comes up and around past the power lines, which are up here at Mount Harvard. A couple of little cabins, and there's Mount Wilson right there. Here on the other side of the museum, you've got some different animals up here, some quail, some squirrel, some stuffed animals here, the possum, got gray fox, ringtail cat in there, a raccoon, yeah, bighorn sheep in there, just a skull, other skulls of different animals. Neat to see. A little weasel there, another squirrel, black bear skull. They've also got the prints of all the animals in there as well. And coming over here, up on top, you've got a long-tailed weasel. Sorry for the glare. And a striped skunk. And all sorts of birds. All from an owl to a little hawk. Coming along, you've got some woodpeckers in here. You got a little flycatcher, some house wrens, bush tit. That's what it says, guys. A little finch. Another finch right there is an oriole. But rarely see the orioles around, but they're cool to see when you do see them. Mockingbird, some mountain bluebird, western bluebird, Steller's jay, scrub jay. And what was over here? The little blackbirds, and pretty neat. And then let's come over here. Up in here, look at that guy. Little rattlesnake. Got the skeleton of him. If you come down in here, you've got these different pine cones, which are neat. Let's find. You got some cypress in there. There you go. Look at that. One of the biggest trees in the world, the giant sequoia. Look how small that pine cone is compared to the sugar pine. It's huge. The coulter pine, huge. And look at that little giant sequoia, which is that one right there. Other ones in here, Monterey pine, bishop pine. That's like the one that you usually see around. Torrey pines in here, limber pine, and then some cedars right there. And that's sort of neat. Right there it shows the rings and the time frame, 1776 in the middle, all the way to 1965 when they cut down that tree. This little display talks about the Gabrielino Indians and Indian acorn flower. You got some grinding stones in here, arrow straightener, some arrowheads, some pottery shards, mortar fragments back in there. And then this here talking about the Gabrielino Indians, and it talks about some of the other tribes in here and where they were located. It's sort of hard to pick up on the camera. Okay, this is really neat. It's an old California redwood. And I love just seeing like these here in the ring. So look at what was signed in the middle. Magna Carta. Let's see here, 1260. Genghis Khan, Great Plague in Europe, 1348. Ming Dynasty, 1368. You're going along here when Columbus sailed to the New World, 1492. Mayflower, lands at Plymouth Rock. Coming over here, 1957 is pretty much when this tree went down, maybe a few years later. But yeah, from 1957 to 1215. That tree lived a long life, that's for sure. And even right there, the Louisiana Purchase, so right in there somewhere is when Lewis and Clark was out exploring. That might be the best thing about this museum. Cold drinks. Gotta use quarters though. No dollar bills here. That's your selection. 7-Up, Coke, Cactus Cooler, Mountain Dew, or some brisk iced tea. This old house here was built in 1875. Briggs Terrace. Pretty neat. Starting to fall apart though. You're saying the rocks were giving way. Then right over here is an outhouse that was used recently still. So you've got some buildings right over here that house some of the employees. And coming across some more buildings here. And then the nursery was right in here. And then way back in there, you can barely see it, but it's Mount Wilson. You can see the towers up there. You got the Spence Turner Forest Nursery. Let's go check this out. Yeah, I don't know what these trees are right here, but man, that purple is beautiful. It's popping. And you come up right here into the nursery. Wow. This is really neat. Look at this. Look at that purple. That really pops. But you got the nursery beds here. They're growing something in here. And that nursery just keeps going way, way back. When you're up here at Henninger Flats, what's really neat is there's free firewood for you. They don't have fire rings, but they got stoves you can put the fire in. So we're gonna have a little fire tonight. And here's the fresh wood for us. They've got a bunch of wood over here and here, and they split it for you, everything. And as long as you're responsible, you get to take some back. So for dinner, I've got pulled pork, some onions, and in this bag right here, so pulled it out already, some feta cheese. I'm gonna make pulled pork tacos. So let's see how good they actually are. Onions are coming in really good here. And I'll add the pulled pork in a minute. You can see they are cooking up really nice. Every meal is not complete until you add a little bit of Huck rub on there. Here's the finished product. My pulled pork with some grilled onions and feta cheese in here with some low carb flour tortillas. Got Hector here boiling up some water on his new Evernew. Is this your dinner?
Yep.
Staying true to the game. Some Packet Gourmet All American Works burger. An amazing meal in its own. Look at this view he gets. Let's come behind Hector. Look at that view. Nice view of LA. Time for breakfast. Got some Southwest hash browns, some Jimmy Dean sausage. I'll throw in some green onions. So here we go, let's make some good breakfast. Still making breakfast. Matt's making himself an oatmeal. Hector here's got some coffee and some bacon. It's a good morning, I'd say. My hash brown's almost done. Birds are chirping, the squirrels are running. And the view, there's the view. Great day to be in the outdoors, that's for sure. Breakfast is ready. Some hash browns, some sausage, and I used a tortilla because I didn't have any foil, so I used that to help cook it a little bit. So let's actually check out how these hash browns are. Put in some Carl's Jr. salsa. Pretty good, actually. So we're surprised. That's gonna be it for Henninger Flats. We all had a blast up here, staying the night. Great views of the city of LA. If you've never done it, I highly recommend it. And like I said, these two guys had a blast. I know I had a blast. Hopefully you did too watching this video. If you did, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, comment below. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. Always appreciate that. And until the next one, thanks for having me.